guys, and welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, you guys, I am talking about printer lines, specifically the horizontal printer lines that a lot of people get in their prints, and how to fix this issue with a converted printer. Now, I'm not sure if these kinds of issues arise in printers that are like specifically for sublimation, for instance, like the Epson F170 or 570 or any of the Sawgrasses. I don't have any of them, so I'm not for sure. Well, I do have a F170. I've never had any horizontal printer lines, but also it is a small format printer, so I don't use it often. I actually haven't used it in a while, but I'm using a converted printer, and with converted printers, a lot of people tend to get the horizontal lines. What I mean by that, and hopefully the camera picks it up, like look at the hair. Do you see the horizontal lines in the image there? You know, that's not flattering or anything like that. So in this video, I am going to be showing you how to get rid of the horizontal lines so that you can get a perfect print and press every single time. We also are going to be making this canvas. I did make canvases like this for Mother's Day and Father's Day on live, but I did want to go ahead and put it into a pre-recorded kind of condensed version for those people who don't necessarily care for the 2-hour lives. Okay, so this is what we ended up with, and it, you know, it's on the canvas. So yeah, we're going to be doing this project, and then I'm going to show you how to fix the horizontal lines in your prints. Okay, so definitely go ahead and stick around for that. All right guys, so I have both of my prints here. This is the first print that was printed on the plain paper bright white setting. This is the one that was printed on premium presentation matte. This is the better print here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So if you look at his hair, okay, here, do you see those horizontal lines? Do you see those horizontal lines? And it's all throughout the print, but you can really see it good in the darker colors. Okay, here, do you see those horizontal lines? Okay, and then here is the other print. So look at his hair, and then as you can see, the horizontal lines are no longer there. It's very crisp, very clean, very, you know, precise. There's no more lines. So when it comes to lines in your print, the horizontal lines, typically that means you need to change your setting. If you have already gone through the process of unclogging, like you know for sure that your colors are not clogged, you've done either you're consistently printing, or you've done everything that you needed to do to make sure that you do not have a clogged tank or a clogged print head, then, and you're still getting the horizontal lines, then just change your setting. Now, the settings are different for everybody. I know for some people this is flopped. So I know for some people, if they try to use the premium presentation matte, they get the lines. But if they use the plain bright white paper setting, they don't get the lines. So it truly just depends on what kind of printer you have. It truly depends on what kind of ink you're using maybe, or what kind of paper that you're using as well. Okay, for me, I am using an Epson EcoTank 8550 with a sub paper, and the best settings that I get with no lines is the premium presentation paper matte on high quality with the bi-directional printing turned off. Okay, so for horizontal lines, if you get those in your print, just play with your settings a little bit. Play with your paper settings. Make sure the quality is on the best setting it can be for the quality, and then turn the bi-directional printing off, and hopefully that fixes your problem. Okay, but now I'm going to go ahead, heat up my heat press, and we'll go ahead and press this bad boy together. All right, so while the heat press is warming up, I do want to quickly go over my materials here. So this is a piece of satin fabric that I did pick up from Michael's. They have it at Michael's. It's just satin fabric that I cut off. I bought, I think it was like a 60-yard pack, and then I just cut a piece off, okay, to fit my canvas. This is available at your local Michael's, Joann Fabrics, Walmart, anywhere that you can just purchase fabric from. There is some available on Amazon, and I do have that link down below. This is the canvas that I'll be using today, and again, I got this in a pack of I think 10 or 6, maybe either 10 or 6 from Michael's as well. It's 11 by 14. They do have different sizes available. They also have this available on Amazon. Again, it is linked down below, but this can be picked up at your local Michael's as well. And then the paper I'm using is, now I did print 13 by 19, but I'm using the A-Sub 120 gram sublimation paper. It's the one that has the white on it, the green and white, in the 13 by 19 size. Again, it will be linked down below. This to my knowledge is only available on Amazon. That's the paper I'm using. My ink is Hippo ink, and then the printer that I have is the Epson EcoTank 8550, which I did convert. Okay. And then I did already show you the print. So this process is super easy. I did do this in a live, but basically we're going to, you want to cut out your fabric. You want to make sure it's the size that fits your canvas, and you want to cut enough to where it will wrap around to the back, because you want to make sure that your edges here get printed as well, so that, you know, when you're looking at it or if you go to hang it, you don't have those white edges. So you want to make your print big enough to cover the edges, and you want to make your fabric big enough to be able to wrap around the edges as well when you cut it. And then we're simply just going to, I'm going to go ahead and tape this down while I'm still waiting for my heat press. It's taking a little bit longer to heat up. But I'm just going to put a piece of tape on each side. My press is at 220 right now, so still waiting for it to get up to 400 degrees. But that's about it for materials. Once it gets up to 400 degrees, I'll come back and we'll press it together. All right, you guys, so we are up to temperature. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my image over here, make sure everything is nice and smoothed out. We did already tape it on both sides. And then we're gonna go ahead and cover it. I did just like rip up my butcher paper, but I'm still gonna use it. All right, that should be good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close this, and we're gonna press at 400 degrees for 50 seconds. I am using my Ricoma 16 by 20 heat press, which is from, oh, I already said it's from Ricoma. It's a 16 by 20 auto open. Now, when you are sublimating with auto opens, you want to be careful, just because from my experience, when the top kind of pops open, it shifts the image that's underneath it. And because the image is still so hot, that ink is still working. So you will cause ghosting. You will cause, y'all see this drawer sliding open? You will cause ghosting. You'll cause, which is the shifting of the image, which kind of makes it look smeared or blurry or any of those things. So as you'll see in a couple seconds here, when it pops open, I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to make sure that it doesn't shift my image. Okay. And then again, because you can see the smoke, well, I don't know if you can, but there was smoke coming from it, so that means it's still very hot. That means that it's still, that ink is still working. As long as it's hot, sublimation ink is activated by heat. As long as it's still hot, that ink is still working, okay? So I'm just going to hold this down and just gently remove the butcher paper. And then while holding down this paper, we're going to go ahead and remove the tape. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, and there is our image so far. Now we do have to go ahead and press it. Hopefully you guys can see. But this is the image so far. I mean, I'm sorry, not press it. We do have to go ahead and get it onto our canvas here. So I'm just gonna scoot y'all over here, and then we'll go ahead and get it onto our canvas, which is again a very super simple process. The way that I'll be doing it today is I will be using a stapler gun. There's multiple different ways that you can go about this. If you would like to use glue, maybe like a fabric glue or something like that, you absolutely can. It's your, you know, just your preference on how you want to do it. So I turn it over the front way first, and then I kind of line it up. Now when you're doing this, you do want to make sure that you pull it tight, but not too tight. If you pull it too tight and stretch it, you'll kind of, you see how if I pull it too tight over here but not here, you'll get some distorting of the image. You don't want that. So make sure when you're pulling it tight and you're stapling it, you have even pressure, or you have even tightening on both sides. Okay, so that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and turn it over. And then I got this stapler gun from Michael's, but I do have one linked down below from Amazon. It's just a regular staple gun, nothing too fancy. And then for the corners here, I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure it's folded, but when I fold it, it's nice and flat, so that if the person wants to put it on the wall, they can, and it's nice and flat. Okay, so for this part, I'll probably go ahead and speed it up so that you don't have to hear the staple gun. Alright, so here is our final product here. And then I did just cut it with the scissors. Now, I don't have, you know, you guys, I don't sew or embroider or anything like that, so I just had some heavy duty scissors here that I cut it with. Now, of course, it did leave with kind of like frayed little messy edges. This is, I made this for me, so I'm not selling it obviously, but if this is something that you were going to sell, you may want to get like some fabric shears or scissors, something that will go ahead and cut these to where it doesn't leave these kind of frayed edges. You want a nice clean edge, or if you decide to use the glue, that's fine too. But you know, just again, I know somebody's gonna ask me about my scissors. They're like wire cutting scissors, I think. I don't know. If you're gonna sell this or give this away to somebody, you definitely want to have shears or scissors that will get these cleaner. Just because you don't want, you don't want to give it away like that. Somebody suggested in my live that you could staple or add glitter cardstock to the back here if you wanted to kind of just cover it up. I give this away assuming that somebody would put this on their wall or hang it on a mantle, put it on a mantle or something. With that being said, you're not going to see the back. But I guess if you're going to put it on maybe like a desk or something, like if you have an 8.5 by 11, you could add some glitter cardstock to the other side so that when people see the back, they're not seeing, this. But yeah, hopefully I was able to answer some questions about the horizontal lines in your prints, printer settings, all those things. That's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time. Bye, guys.